The improved package has arrived. We're having it fitted in time for FP1. Have a look at the factory report.
Great stuff. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend. Simulation on any tyre yet? We have multiple sessions available, so it isn't urgent right now, but we should make time for a tyre wear program at some point. Practice program over. That's all we need for now. Return to the garage pronto. Okay then, that's the end of the program and plenty of useful data. Return to base when you can so we can go over it.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
Welcome to Germany for today's qualifying session at the famous Hockenheim ring. The pit lane lights will turn green in the next minute or two to signify the start of qualifying. This is a track that tends to ask quite a lot of the tyres, both front and rear. So is it fair to say a great deal of management will be needed in order to do well here?
Tyre wear will probably be the dominating factor around this track. It's so easy to use up the life in your tyres as you seek to find the lap time. If you have a good balance to begin with, like the Mercedes and Red Bull, you'll always stand a better chance.
Stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Rosberg, a Haas, and Kimi Raikkonen. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
Hello, I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
there's nowhere at all I'd rather be today than here at Hockenheim for the German Grand Prix. We have an incredibly competitive field this year, which means we should be in for a treat. And judging by the sea of people filling the grandstands, there's a fair-sized chunk of Germany that agrees with me. We're racing in the Rhine Valley this weekend at the home of many of the sport's finest competitors. The 2.8-mile Hockenheim ring requires precision through the technical stadium section and great raw speed down the long, flat-out curve towards the popular overtaking zone of the Turn 6 hairpin. Watch out for a lot of wheel-to-wheel action there today. And joining me on this journey today is Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, it's the home race for Mercedes, so tell me from your perspective as a driver, does a team's attitude change for their home race? Obviously a home victory, particularly good marketing, you think, play on the national pride side of things a bit, but do you see that all come through at all?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, you do get a bit of a pep talk, I suppose. There's certainly somewhat of a raised sense of importance when it's the team's home race, but at the end of the day, we're all professionals. I mean, I want to win every race I compete in, and the teams want to win every race they compete in too. So the stakes are unbelievably high at this level. I mean, the effort is 100%, 24/7 all year round, whether it's your home Grand Prix or not.
Okay, watch out at the race start. There will be faster cars trying to get past. See if you can hold them off.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg is on pole position today after coming out on top of a difficult qualifying and a Haas alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Vettel, Grosjean, Bottas, Verstappen and Daniel Kvyat, Sainz, Alonso, Felipe Massa and Perez, Palmer, Hülkenberg, Pascal Wehrlein and Jenson Button, Magnussen and Nasser, Rio Haryanto and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Assistance is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing. You're sat in P2. Rosberg is ahead of you. 3 seconds separate you. They're on fresh super softs. Hamilton is behind you. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh super softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Just 3 laps to go now. 3 laps. We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or drive a new one? Alright, so we've been looking at the damage and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A? You've taken damage to the front wing. We recommend you pit for repairs before this becomes a serious problem for us. We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Your front wing is damaged. Performance will be affected. Okay, copy that. one. That was an excellent drive.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed. And a good job in traffic as well.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony